Good morning, everyone. As y'all can see, I look like I've been put through the ringer. That's because it's been a long week. However, I wanted to let all of you know what has been going on here at Midnight Publishing. Amazon has put all of their audiobooks on sale. So all the audiobooks that I now have up from Andrea Dean Van Scoyet, Alta Desinoid, Peggy Engler, Jason Gehart, and my own are now on sale on Audible. If you go to the Midnight Publishing Facebook group, you will see all the links. Can't talk because I haven't had my quota of coffee. Also, we now have a website. It is also on our Facebook group page. Folks, understand, as indie authors, it is hard for us to get out there. I've been out there for almost 20 years. But our authors are good authors. They write great books. It is my desire, intent, and mission to get our authors out there. I have a new author that has joined us, Sherry Ann Richardson. She has had a dream for many, many years to be published, working on her book, The Secret Chocolate Lover's Garden. And then there's another one that she wrote as a child called Under the Dragon's Eye, which we will be publishing. This is what I do, along with being a photographer and an artist and other things. But this is for my authors. This is so that they will be heard. It is very, very important. If you have a dream, make that dream real. Don't wait. And the reason I say that is because as I'm growing older, I see people that I've known for years and years and years and years die off. We all die off. And at the end of your days, do you want to say, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, or do you want to say, I lived a good life. I accomplished that which I wanted to do. I had a dream, I fulfilled it. I felt good about what I did. This past weekend, I was in Cary, North Carolina doing a photo shoot. And it was a quick trip. It was 10 hours up, 10 hours back. And I started working from the time I got there in the afternoon on Friday until I went to bed Saturday night. For those of you who have never done photo shoots, especially in a group, it is not an easy task because it's like herding cats. You have to get these people to do what you need for them to do without complaining, without being distracted, without a multitude of other things. And in this case, I had to work in a very narrow window and a very narrow hallway. However, being the person that I am, I got it done. That is a craft. That is my passion. That is what I do. And as I've gotten older, I now expect respect. I was a little bit disappointed when I got back home. And I was disappointed because there are certain people that did not give me that respect. They did not acknowledge my craft when they reposted photos that I took. I know it's a small thing, and normally I wouldn't say anything, but this is what I do. This is what my authors do. They deserve respect. They deserve being recognized for what they do. I have an author who is not respected, and that is wrong. There's an old adage that those who can do, those who can't won't. I have also learned in my years that people are jealous because they have no passions. They have no life. They have nothing that they're proud of doing. They have no self-confidence. So they are jealous of those who do. It's sad, but it's true. So I'm going to get off of that soapbox and get back on to Midnight Publishing. If you've not read Andrea Dean Van Scoyoc, you should. If you are into vampires and goths and all things dark, you will love her books. The Two, A Man of Two Worlds, Sundown, A Vampire's Reprieve, Fallen from Shadow, Found in Grace. That's just to name a few. Author Desanoid, she writes inspirational. Her book is My Soul Trust in the Lord. She is working on this book in French. Jason Gehart, he wrote the most phenomenal paranormal detective book called The Ferryman. I read the book twice. You have to read it. I can't describe it. Peggy Engler, she writes inspirational and devotionals for women. And her work is so inspiring. Her books can be used in Bible studies for daily devotionals. We even have some men that read her books. Y'all all know my books. I write everything from true crime to comedy to horror to murder mysteries to thrillers to inspirational to biographies. You name it. And I'm going to tell you why I started writing. Many years ago, when I was in school, way before the dinosaur, my elementary teachers told my mother something that disturbed me. Have a cup. I did not find this out until many years later. My mother went to a parent-teacher conference, and my teacher said, poor little Yvonne, she's doing the best she can. She can't do math. So instead of taking my writing, my reading, my art, and incorporating math into it, it's all taken away as punishment. I was never encouraged to write. My mother one time, and I can't hold this against her because it was done in all innocence, threw away a poem I had written to someone that I dearly loved that had lost someone that had lost their spouse. She regretted it. She told me years later she regretted it. So you see, for years and years and years, I believed that I was not enough. Well, I have a brother that's mentally challenged. The doctors told my mother that he was not enough. However, God in his infinite wisdom didn't tell Stanley he wasn't enough. So Stanley believed he was enough. His story was the very first story I wrote, called Dreamcatcher. Failure was never an option. He is the reason that I do what I do today. Because he lived the fact that he was enough. It took me many, 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 many years to understand I'm enough. Just the way I am. I'm enough. You either take me or you don't. But I'm enough. Each of my authors are enough. They have a craft, they have a talent, they have something to say. They're enough. You, my friends, are enough. Never allow anyone to steal your shine, to steal your enough, to steal the fact that you have something to contribute. I get text messages and emails and comments all the time. I want to write, but there's no but in there. The problem lies in the fact that you don't feel like you're enough to put it out there. We don't write for other people. We write because we have to. The voices in our head, the stories in our head, they have to come out somewhere. So we write. If nobody ever reads it, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. We write. We leave something of ourselves behind because one day that's all that's going to be there. That's why I wrote about Stan, because he is challenged. And I knew that one day we would all be gone and nobody would know about Stanley and what he contributed, what he brought to this earth, what he gave to all of us and to mankind. He's enough. I'm enough. You're enough. If you want to write, write. If you want me to publish it, let me know. Because you're enough. I'm enough. Nobody can take that away from you. Brings to mind another incident that happened this past weekend. Beautiful friend of mine. Absolutely gorgeous friend of mine. She was afraid she wasn't enough anymore because she had to have some amputations. I told her, "You are a beautiful woman. What you no longer have limb-wise does not define who you are. You are enough. You will always be enough." Author friend of mine, Gwendolyn Law. Her book, September Chill, Domestic Violence. She never thought she was enough. She's enough. She's a survivor. She's a thriver. She's enough. So understand, ladies and gentlemen, you are enough. No one can steal that from you unless you give them permission. So don't give them permission. Be enough. If you have a passion, live it. If you're good at something, and listen, when somebody tells you you're not good enough to do this, to me that's a challenge. Say, watch me. You can do this. Somebody says, well, I'm not strong enough. Au contraire. You don't know how strong you are until you have to be. That gives me another thought. In my family, we've had personal tragedy for the last 12, 13 years. When somebody tells us, how much more can you take? This is what I say. Bring it. Because with God's help, we are strong enough. So no matter what's going on in your life, ladies and gentlemen, you're enough. You're only as strong as you have to be. No one can steal your beauty or your self-confidence or your self-respect or your ability to do, be, and try anything without your permission. This is what we preach at Midnight Publishing. We don't give people permission to tear us down. They don't have our permission because we are enough. So to my authors, I want to say good morning, Andrea, Sherry, Gwendolyn, Jason, Peggy, Alta, and to any prospective authors out there, join us. It's fun. I don't have all of the books up on hardcover yet or Audible, but believe me, they're coming. Every one of my authors gets their books up on all 4 venues: hardcover, Kindle, softcover, and audio. That's what I do for my authors because they are enough. I'm going to try to make this a weekly inspirational every Friday. If not Friday, then Saturday. So join me again next Friday when we talk about being enough. This is Yvonne Mason from Midnight Publishing saying, send me your books.